thought that was beautiful, wonderfully
How you doing?
done.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I was reading your book last night. You really know what it's about to sing about hope. Millions of people know you from your American Idol experience, but you were in a fight for your life before that. Tell us a little bit about it.
You know, it was one thing to grow up with a disability and work so hard to overcome that and trust God through all of those challenges. But at 19 years old, I found out I had end-stage kidney failure, and it really hit me hard. I never talked about this on American Idol, barely talked about it in the media. It's this whole untold part of my story, and I literally had to learn to trust God for my very life. I remember getting so sick, actually, that I couldn't even play the piano in my own living room.
It's like your desire left to do anything except play.
It was like my dreams were dying in front of me, and I knew beyond the shadow of a doubt God had put me here to share my gifts and talents with those around me. You know, it wasn't for me, it was for other people. And all of a sudden, when I couldn't do that, I felt crushed. But then in 2007, the wife of a former piano instructor from college donated her kidney to me and saved my life.
Astonishing story, really. Just an amazing gift from her, certainly. And amazing how God sustained you through all of that. Talk about your faith, Scott, and how that held you in not a place, but places that were incredibly difficult.
You know, I think when I first learned I had kidney failure, I almost felt like it was wrong for God to ask me to go through that too, you know, because I had already been through so much. I
kind of felt like that as I was reading your book. I was like, really, God?
And this is what I talk about in the book, by faith, not by sight. I literally had to learn to trust God or trust in nothing. I had to walk by faith, not by sight. I had to trust Him when I couldn't see the way out.
That's why you have such a message of hope for people, though, because you've walked it.
And you know, even though when I learned about it, it was tough, you know, I wouldn't wish what I've been through on anyone, the dialysis, the transplant, that struggle, but I wouldn't change a day of it. I grew so much closer to God. I learned not only to trust Him with my career, with my life, you know, because I knew because of the blindness, there were always things I would never be able to do. Playing baseball, driving a car, seeing when a girl is smiling at me. I couldn't do those things. I couldn't know when they were happening. But then I had to trust Him for my very life, and that was a completely different thing. It was actually less than a year after the transplant was when I auditioned for American Idol, and I was just grateful to be on any stage, let alone the American Idol stage.
Quite an amazing story. What was that experience like for you?
It was probably the most amazing time of my life, being surrounded by people that love music just as much as I do. You know, but I think going through such a life and death situation like that really kept me grounded through the entire experience. I didn't care if I got voted off the very first day or if I made it to the end of the competition. I was just grateful to be alive and to be able to make music again.
You were there. What have you been doing since then?
I've been on a whirlwind. I did the American Idol tour through 52 arenas, first of all, and then I've been on my own tours, got to tour in Japan for the first time, and right now I'm on the brand new Women of Faith one-day tour with someone you know very well, Sheila Walsh.
Yes.
And so we're touring all over the country, and I've been able to speak about my book and perform as well. And I'm really excited to go deeper with this message and talk to people through the book in a way I really couldn't on American Idol.
We should mention that because writing a book is no small.
Yeah, it was a long process. It was a lot harder than an album. That song, by the way, is from my Heartstrings album, and it's only in Walmart, so you can Walmart.com or in Walmart. But then the book is also being carried in Walmart and in Barnes & Noble, and I'm so excited to share this message because you know, there's only so much you can say in a soundbite, and I want people to walk away knowing that you can and you should reach for your biggest dreams. Reach for those dreams God has put in your heart. And there is no challenge too great. There's no pain that's too hurtful that you can't overcome that if you walk by faith.
And no door you can't open.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We should mention in the middle of all of that, you got married as well.
I did. Last August, I got married to my wonderful wife, Christina.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. We had a lovely honeymoon in Kauai. There's actually, in the book, there's a little bit of the romantic story too. So
it's a wonderful story.
There's something for everyone.
There she is. Well, we're so glad to have you with us today. I want to mention again, we've been talking about the book. The title is By Faith, Not by Sight, and the CD, Heartstrings. Both are available wherever books and music can be sold, but especially Walmart is the place to go.
Yes, Walmart and Barnes & Noble. And I wanted to say with the book, we have kind of a cool thing going on. If you have a classroom or a small group or a youth group or an entire church, we have, you can buy 50 books or 1,000 books, and I will actually get on a Skype call with you, or I will even
I'll
fly out.
Idea.
I will fly out and donate a concert to your entire church.
There you go, technology.
So it's all on my website. And
Scott, thank you so much for being with us. It's great to have you here. Will you play us into our break?
I would love to.
Wonderful. A little more music as we go.